Hello, friends. Today, we bring you an inspiring success story. We will share how Rajesh from India increased his job opportunities and realized his dream by learning English. If you're also thinking of starting your English learning journey, this story can be a great source of inspiration. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel as we share more inspiring stories and practical tips every week. Now, let's take a look at Rajesh's journey. Rajesh was a young man living in a small town in India, working as a courier to support his family. His daily tasks involved delivering packages and interacting with different people in the city. However, he struggled to communicate, especially with foreign customers, because he didn't know English. Sometimes, he couldn't even understand simple questions about the orders, and he felt helpless because he couldn't respond. One day, while making a delivery in front of a big hotel, a foreign customer asked him something. Rajesh could guess what the customer meant but couldn't respond. In that moment, he felt humiliated. This wasn't just a one-time situation. He realized he had been missing out on many opportunities in every area of his life due to not knowing the language. A strong decision formed within him. No matter the cost, he would learn English. But there were huge obstacles. He didn't have money for private lessons, nor did he have much time. Still, he was determined to find a way. This is how Rajesh's inspiring English learning journey began. For Rajesh, learning English was a big dream, but it seemed impossible. His financial situation was not good. He couldn't afford expensive language courses or private lessons. The people around him, instead of encouraging him, kept telling him, "You're wasting your time. Learning English is not easy." And this made him feel discouraged. However, instead of giving up, Rajesh decided to find ways to teach himself. One evening, while searching online for "How can I learn English for free?" he discovered educational videos on YouTube. After watching a few videos, he thought this method might actually work. He immediately downloaded free apps like Duolingo and Memrise. Now he had a plan. He would study English every day, even if only a little. In the first days, he struggled to remember even the simplest words. Even though he repeated phrases like hello and how are you over and over, the words just wouldn't come out right when he tried to speak. But he didn't give up. He began learning at least 10 new words a day and practiced listening by watching short videos. At first, he admitted that it was really hard, but he asked himself this question: should I quit just because it's hard? Or should I keep going even if it's difficult? The answer was clear. He would keep going. Rajesh realized that learning English wasn't just about studying. If he really wanted to improve, he needed to integrate the language into his daily life. So he created a simple but effective routine for himself. In the mornings, he would put on his headphones while going to work and listen to English podcasts. At first, he didn't understand much, but over time, he began to recognize words. He would write down new words he heard and repeat them throughout the day. During lunch breaks, while on breaks at his courier job, he would open the Duolingo app and practice new words. He would also watch English videos to understand sentence structures. In the evenings, even though he was tired after work, he would watch English lessons on YouTube for at least 30 minutes. Telling himself, "I need to learn to think in English," he would stand in front of the mirror and practice speaking simple sentences to himself. Even more importantly, he needed to find a way to practice speaking. For this, he discovered apps like Hello Talk. He started messaging people whose first language was English, and, gathering his courage, even sent voice messages. At first, he made many mistakes, but the people who responded reassured him that making mistakes was normal. After spending a few weeks with this discipline, he realized that he was making slow but steady progress. English words began to sound more familiar to him, and his confidence grew. The most important thing Rajesh realized was that learning English was a marathon, not a sprint. He continued to move forward with small but steady steps. Although Rajesh made great progress in his journey of learning English, things were not always easy. In the beginning, he mispronounced words while speaking, left sentences unfinished, and often got stuck. Sometimes this made him so embarrassed that he wanted to avoid speaking altogether. But he knew one thing: to be successful, he couldn't be afraid of making mistakes. The first big obstacles. One day, he tried practicing English conversation through Hello Talk. He was good at writing messages, but when he tried sending a voice message for the first time, his voice shook. He was afraid of saying something wrong. However, the person on the other end said, "You've made a great start. Keep going." This small encouragement boosted his confidence. Pronunciation issues. Rajesh realized he was mispronouncing some words. For example, he kept saying work like walk. So he started watching pronunciation lessons on YouTube and focused on repeating the words out loud. Loss of motivation. At times, Rajesh's motivation would drop. He would question himself, "Can I really learn this?" But whenever he thought about quitting, he would read the success stories of others learning English. Seeing that they had gone through the same struggles reassured him. Sometimes he would ask himself, "If I don't study today, I'll fall one step further behind tomorrow. Do I really want to give up?" The answer was always the same: no. So, he set small rewards for himself. After studying English every day for a week, he would treat himself to his favorite dessert. By setting small goals, he made significant progress. Rajesh had now realized that the hardest part of learning English wasn't starting, it was continuing, and he was determined to keep going. Rajesh's incredible progress. After 6 months, Rajesh had made incredible progress. He was now speaking fluently, correcting his pronunciation mistakes, and starting to think in English. The first big achievement. One day, a foreign customer asked him a question at work. In the past, he would have panicked, but this time he confidently answered. When the customer said, "Your English is great," Rajesh felt that all his efforts had paid off. As his English improved, he got promoted at work and started earning a better salary. Learning English had completely changed his life. Rajesh's new path. Rajesh began sharing the methods he had learned on social media. Then he started giving free lessons, helping others who wanted to learn English. Who is Rajesh today? Now, Rajesh has opened his own language school and is a teacher guiding hundreds of people. Message: you don't need to spend money to learn English. Be determined, study regularly, and use free resources. If I can do it, you can too.